Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about plasma membrane or cell membrane. What is a plasma membrane? Plasma membrane is the outermost covering layer of the cell. Plasma membrane allows certain material to enter inside the cell and come out from the cell. Therefore, it is known as selectively permeable membrane. The plasma membrane is flexible and is made up of organic molecules called lipid and protein. So here you can see a picture of paramecium. This is a paramecium cell under microscope, and the border of this cell is plasma membrane. This is a magnified diagram of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is flexible in nature and is made up of organic molecules called lipid and protein. So these are the protein molecules and these are the lipid molecules. We can observe the structure of plasma membrane only through an electron microscope. The flexibility of the cell membrane also enables the cell to engulf food and other material from its external environment. Such process is known as endocytosis. Amoeba acquires its food through such process. Now, let us learn how do substances move inside the cell. The movement of substance takes place into the cell through two processes, that is by diffusion and the other one is osmosis. Let us learn what is diffusion. The spontaneous movement of substance from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration is called diffusion. Some substances like carbon dioxide and oxygen can move across the cell membrane by diffusion. So here you see a picture where substances are moving from extracellular space to intracellular space. Let us assume that this substance is carbon dioxide. So what is extracellular space? Extra comes from the word exterior, which means outside, and intra comes from the word interior, which means inside. So in biology, anything that is extra, that means outside, like extraterrestrial, which means outside Earth. So extracellular is outside cell, intracellular is inside cell. Here we see that the carbon dioxide gas is higher concentration outside the cell and is in lower concentration inside the cell. Due to this, diffusion takes place and the CO2 is moving from higher concentration to a lower concentration. This process is called diffusion. Now let us learn what is osmosis. Osmosis is the movement of solvent, that is water, from a region of higher solvent concentration to a region of lower solvent concentration through a semi-permeable membrane until equilibrium is reached. So here you see in the diagram that the water molecule is passing from the extracellular space to intracellular space. And in the outside, it is in higher concentration and the inside it is in lower concentration. That is why there is a flow of water from outside to inside through plasma membrane, which acts as a semi-permeable membrane. That means it allows only some solvent and some particular solutes to pass till equilibrium is reached. Now, let us learn more via some experiment. Put an animal cell or plant cell into a solution of sugar or salt in water. If the medium has a lower concentration of water than the cell will lose water by osmosis. Such a solution is known as hypertonic solution. So, here we see that the water crosses the cell membrane in both directions. But this time, water leaves the cell then entering it, and hence the cell will shrink. Why? Because in hypertonic solution, the water concentration is less in outside than inside. As a result, the water is moving from a region of higher concentration to a lower concentration. That is why it is shrinking. This process is also known as plasmolysis. If the medium surrounding the cell has a higher water concentration than the cell will gain water by osmosis. Such a solution is known as hypotonic solution. So, here you will see that water molecules are free to pass across the cell membrane in both directions. But more water will come into the cell than it will leave. The net result is that water enters the cell and the cell is likely to swell up. Because the water concentration outside the cell is more than inside the cell. As a result, the water is rushing in. If the medium has exactly the same water concentration as the cell, there will be no net movement of water across the cell membrane. Such a solution is known as isotonic solution. So, water crosses a cell membrane in both directions, but the amount going in is the same as the amount going out. So, there is no overall movement of water. The cell will stay the same size. This is an isotonic solution where the cell is in the same size. This is in a hypertonic solution where the cell has shrunk, and this is a hypotonic solution where the cell has swollen up because of excess water getting in. Now let us learn more about it by another example. When an egg is put in dilute HCl, the shell dissolves and an outer skin encloses the egg. If this egg is then put into plain water, the water passes into it by osmosis. But when the egg is put into salt water, water passes out of the egg and it shrinks because of exosmosis. So what do we learn from this experiment? We learned that osmosis is a special case of diffusion through a selectively permeable membrane. That could be the end of the video. Thank you for listening.